Okay, well, this is Baruch Fleischman here at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and we're going into our sixth shiur. Let me see if I can get this a little bit clearer. In the Otzrot Chaim. Now we've been learning about the ears of Ak, the light that comes out of the ears of the Ak, which is in the form of a Hay, and the light that's coming out of the ears, the nose rather, of Ak, which is in the form of a Vav. And we could see the Hay and we could see the Vav, and the Rav has been telling us that the Hay gets divided into two other letters, which is the Dalet and the Vav, and in the nose, the Vav is revealed. What about the Dalet? So we're trying to see how this could possibly work, different kinds of ways, and this is a little mental exercise. Now today, in order to understand it better, we're going to read the Rav across. So the Rav says like this, Ve'elu hashnei vavim, the two vavim that are represented by the right and left nostril of Ak, this is the concept of the middle tamim. We're talking about when we're dealing here in the head of Ak, we're dealing from the ears going downward, we're dealing with the concept of sag, which is a gematria of chotin. So then they say, so this relates to the concept of two tamim. These are the middle tamim, called the psak and the makif. Ki horas psak, what do we learn from the psak? Horas Vav is really that's right. It's the teaching us about the letter Vav. Shalahei shenipsakov and the asis the Vav alafim kenisker. So we had said that the Vav is a vertical line, and the Psak is also a vertical line. It's an interruption. So it says v'na'asis levav alafim, and it's to tell you that when it appears is that this Vav has 6 alafim in it. So the makif is a horizontal line. When you put the two of them together, heim suras dalad, they make the form of a dalad achas. One dalad, vihi horas osa dalad shal osa hay. And this is to teach us about the letter dalad, which actually exists in the hay, but is not revealed really in the nose, not yet, except by the fact that we have these middle tamim, which cause it to appear. But let's see what else we could say by reading the Rav. So this dalad that we're talking about, Kavar bi'arnu, we've already explained, la'el she'ena nepsakis. So the dalad is not split up. In other words, we don't find four alafim in it, because one reason it's hidden. But there's something else we can learn about this, and how is it we learn this? He said, "V'huki kasherti kacha hay shebaozin yamin." Okay, understand the right ear has a hay in it. Shen mispara eser spheros, which actually has 10 spheros in it. Kenisker the el v'harei hi bechinas yud, because yud achas, it's the concept of one yud, because there are 10. That's a gematria of 10. V'titzarfena v'tichabreno imahei shebenekev yamini, and we'll join it together with the hay in the left ear. Shebenekev yamini shalachaitim. So we're taking what the yud that's in the right ear, and we're joining it into the light that's coming out of the nostril on the left nostril, or the right nostril. Shalachaitim shitzaraso do. So this light has the form of a du, keniska la'el, of that the last two letters, which are part of the milui of the concept of Yud Vav Dalet. Hariya kol hi tsuras Yud Vav Dalet. So if you take the right ear and you take the right nostril, you now have the word Yud. You have Yud spelled out in like that. V'hu tzir aleph, and you could make it into a tzir aleph, but it's going to be a little bit unusual, this tzir aleph. That's how you join, these lights are joined together. It's telling us like a Kabbalistic fact. It's like one aleph, kazan, that is a yud, and then a line, and then an upside down daled there. Chitzaraso is yud vav daled, right? Yud vav daled. Now there's a remez right there to that kind of aleph, because if you take the right ear along with the right nostril, you get this. So he says, Shitzarasa Yud Vav Dalet. Gam im tikach hayud shebenekev oizen small. Now let's take the yud, the 10 spheros, which are combined into the letter yud, that come out of the left ear. V'techa breno im vav dalad shebenekev choitim small. There was a vav and a dalad there. The dalad is still hidden, but the vav is there. Hare, you have this form, aleph, vav, dalad, upside down, shnia. There's a second one. So the combination of the right ear, the right nose, the left ear, the left, should be the right nostril, left nostril. Hare yeshne mini alephs shitziurim yud vav dalad. So we see over here that there are two different types of alephs here that have a form of yud vav dalad. V'im titzayer betzir acher. So if there's another way you could form them up to, how would that work? V'ushetikach yud shel ozen small. Let's start with the yud of the 10 spheros of the left ear. And then you take the vav shebenekav v'choitim small, and then the vav that you find in the left nostril. And then you take the yud shava ozen yamanis, and then you take another one, the yud of the right ear. Hare aleph shutzuraso yud vav yud. That's our regular aleph. So let's go over that again. What did he say? So he said, V'hu shetikach yud shel ozen small. Take the yud in the left ear, and the vav shel benekev chotim small, and the vav in the left nostril. And then you go back over to the other side, and you take the yud shel ozen yamanis. It gets to our regular aleph. Shetzaraso yud vav yud. V'gam in tikaf yud shel ozen yamin. Now take the yud in the right ear, and the vav shel nekev chotim yamin, and the vav that you find in the right nostril, and then the yud shel ozen small, and the yud that's in the left nostril. You get another combination the same way. It gets an aleph, vav, yud, shnia, betzir, yud, vav, yud. Yud vav dalad. So now we see like this. There are combinations. You can make it right, or right, left, right. You have different combinations that you have shnei olafim in the seer of yud vav dalad, which is, where is it? It's this one. Whoops, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it on the page. Ubeis olafim in the form of yud vav yud, which is a normal aleph like this. Hare, therefore we see over here that there are combinations, and they actually will be made. These are combinations of light that produce daled olafim, 4 different olafim. Now, they're not actually the daled itself, but there's a way to combine lights that are coming out of the nose and coming out of the ear in such a way that they produce these 2 different types of alephs. V'heim moros al katzaz gilui adalad, and this is to teach us about a little bit of the revelation of the dalad shel ha'hei, because remember, hey is composed of a vav and a dalad. And the vav, the hey itself is the ear, the vav itself is from the choitim, but there's also a dalad there which has been hidden up into this part, and there's a remez to it, or maybe its origin is in a later place, that it will form into a dalad itself. So he says, hadalad shal hey shebechoyte sheniglas ma'at, which is just very, very, very little, very, very slightly revealed. Avalo niglas the gamri kamohava, but it's not completely revealed. In other words, you have these alephs in there as a result of a combination of letters. But he says, kamo havav shal hey shebechoytem, like the vav that's in the hey of the choytem, that vav. It's not revealed like that. The vav actually represents the nose. Va'amnam iker gemar geluyim. So the root of their gilui, hulamata ba'oras apeh, where you actually see the dalad itself, is when you get to the lights. They come out of the mouth. Kamosha levoyer, lukaman, as we're going to explain as we go forward. Be'ezes Hashem Yisbarach. And this is going to be the shir number 9 for today. So we get a little idea over there of what we're dealing with. This is Baruch Fleischman at the Tikkun Elevator Kola.